Hi and welcome to My Blog Professional from Microsoft, the latest template in my template selection. It's available for all versions between 4.7.7 and 4.11.4, and it's also available in a separate version for 4.11.4 or later. Now, as you'll see, the intro screen comes with an MP4 background video, and it can be locally hosted. It also has a pause button, so you can pause the video in the background, and then you have the view blog summary and view the main blog. So if we look at the blog summary first, you'll see you get the blog title, you get the avatar for the person that posted it, and the first 200 or 300 characters of their post. And to read more, you just click the read more button, or you can select to view all posts or just those in a specific category. And you can add other categories, which we'll show you in a second. So if we go to the actual blog post for that one, and that's a single blog post, you just see that particular one. If you want to view all the posts, then you just click in all posts, and then also shown are all the latest posts that have been made on the site. So if we look at the post, you can see we can add images and text and links and virtually anything. The visitor can make a comment on your blog post, and they add the comment. So they just enter their name, their email address, and their comments. And then they accept the terms and submit the comment. Okay, the comments have now been submitted, and you can set it to either have to be approved by admin before they appear online, or you can set it to auto approve all comments, and then you can go in and disable them if they're inappropriate. So now we can view the comments, and you'll see the number of comments has increased by 1. So there are the comments that have been posted. Okay, the visitor can also rate your post on up to 5-star, and then once they've rated it, you will see you've already rated this. Okay, so there's your ratings. You can then, each individual post can be individually shared. Now that's not something that's not normally possible, because the share on a page will share the whole page, but in this case it will share just the post. So each individual post has its own share, and then when you share on Facebook, you will see it picks up an image that you set as the image for that post, not for the page, for the post, and the description of the post, the heading, and the first so many characters. Now let's share that to Facebook, and we'll share it to a page. Okay, so we'll post that to Facebook. Now when it shares a friendly URL, not this page here. So when it's shared on Facebook, you will see, if we just refresh, Facebook's running a little bit slow. Okay, here we go. There's the post we just posted, and as I said before, you get the image that you've chosen plus the blog post title and the first few words of the blog post. Now you'll see that when we shared that, it's actually sharing, if you look down the bottom, it's sharing a friendly URL. So if we click the post, it then goes just to that post, and you'll see that the URL is there. So it's a friendly URL and not the post ID, and it strips off the Facebook added question mark, FB ID and so on. So it's a nice easy way to share. Also, of course, the friendly URL is used for SEO purposes, which we'll come to in a short while. Okay, so the shares at the bottom, you can configure which ones you want to show, and they're automatically coded in the background. Oh, and you can choose not to show the stars if you wish, and not show the add comments if you wish. Okay, so now let's log in as admin so we can have a look around and see what actually happens. So let's log in. Okay, so there's the users home page, because you can set additional users that can make blog posts but cannot access the admin functions, so you can have more than one person posting, and they can choose their avatar here. This is my current avatar, obviously, and they can change their password here as well, and you can add some notes in here for the users to help them. Okay, so if we go to the actual admin page, we could have clicked there, of course. Now we see we have add users, so you can add your users here, so they'll be normal users, and you can also add an admin user if you wish. Users, so you can change their status and whether they're active or not. Okay, then there's the system settings. So in here you set the email address to send emails from. You can set the header to show on emails just by uploading a new header. You can set the editor language.
So if your site is in US English, you can choose US English or Australian English or whatever language you want for the message editor. And the spell checker language, that's slightly restricted, there's not so many options in there, but you can choose a different language for the spell checker as well. How many posts to show per page on the main blog, so if you only want to show the latest 3 blogs or the latest 5, whatever, you can select up to 20 blogs to show on the main blog page. How many latest posts to show on the blog page, again up to 20. The number of posts to show per page in the blog summary, so you can decide how many you want to display in the blog summary. What date format you want to display dates in, so they can be in those different types of formats, and whether you want to allow comments or not, whether you want to auto approve comments, so then comments will automatically be displayed immediately they're posted. If you say no, then they have to be approved by you before they display online. Oops, go away you. Then there's your Facebook admin ID, and there's instructions in the user guide on where to find that, and your app ID for this particular website, and you'll need that if you want to use the scraping options and the extra SEO options. Then there's the Facebook scrape debug token, which again is described in the
user guide, how you get that from Facebook, and the Twitter card creator ID, so the name of your Twitter account. Then you can type in, paste in your Google Analytics code without the script start and script end tags, so just the code in between. And then whether you want to show Facebook sharer on the posts, the Twitter sharer, the LinkedIn sharer, the Dig sharer, the Reddit sharer, and the Stumble Upon sharer. So if we now disable, say, Stumble Upon and Reddit, okay, they're disabled. So now if we go to the blog and refresh, you'll see they no longer appear on the blog post. So let's just switch them back on for now. And again, you can do the same with the star ratings. So you had the comments up here. So if we disabled that, you'll now see that the comments no longer appear within the blog posts. And just put that back. And then the star ratings, whether you want to show them or not. So if we switch them off, you'll see they now disappear from blog posts, so they can't rate them anymore. Okay, so that's the system settings. Go back to the admin. Then we have what we'll do look at next is the categories. So you can manage your categories. So at the moment we only have one category, and we've switched it on at the moment. If we added a new category, say holidays, add the category. Okay, so now we have another category called holidays. So if we review the blog again, you'll see that we now have another category has appeared up here, so we can use that category when we're posting our blogs. Okay, so then we go back to manage categories, and if we switch off the holidays, you'll see that now that no longer appears in the possible categories list. Okay, so let's switch that back on. Okay, so now let's go back to admin, and the next section you have is the create HT access. So if we look at the HT access, we've already got one on this occasion. If there wasn't one, it would say, and this is the file that redirects all your friendly URLs to a single friendly URL, and it creates it on the fly. So to create a HT access, if there isn't already one there, you can either copy the code here and paste it into your existing HT access, or you can click here and it will be created automatically for you. There we go, it's now been created for us. Okay, so let's go back to the home. That is essential for the friendly URLs. So then we have a user ini file which you can create to allow different sizes of uploads of images, etc. And so we've got one already created, but however, if you want to change that, you could say create the user ini for up to 16, and now the new file contains that. If you've already got something in your user ini that you don't want to overwrite and lose, then obviously just copy that and paste it into your existing user ini. So we'll go back to 40 meg, and there we go, that's done. So if we go back to the admin page and we look at the rebuild sitemap. Now you must have built your sitemap in either Mobirise or in MobiClean, or it must be a standard format. And then when you rebuild the sitemap, the friendly URLs are added to the sitemap so that your friendly URLs are the bots can search and index. It also removes certain pages from your site, such as the setup pages and pages you don't want to be indexed. So, but you must have created your standard sitemap file first. Okay, so back to admin. Okay, so now let's look at how we add a post. So we add a post. We have to log in first, of course, because our session has expired. So to add a post, we go to the add post screen and we give it a title. Now you'll notice that it's automatically created the friendly URL. So what category we want to put it in, so in this case we're going to put it in holidays, and any keywords that we want for the post. Then if we want to make it a sticky post, if we use the sticky post, then we can use a number 1 to 9, and any post that has a sticky post 1 to 9 will appear at the top of the list in the order of the sticky posts. So if we had 2 sticky posts, number 1 and 2, then they would appear 1 and 2 at the top of the post list every time, and then any other post will appear in descending date order. If you put 2 posts as number 1, then the 2 posts will appear at the top of the post list, but they will then be sorted in descending date order. So you can fix posts to the top of the list so they always appear at the top of the list. We're going to use this as a normal post. So then we put in our post details. So let's we'll just get some dummy text. Okay, we'll just use this text here, I think. Oops. So we'll paste that. Okay, now we're going to give it a font size. Let's pick Tahoma 18. Okay, so there's post text. We've got the spell checker there as well if you want to use it, which is here. Go to enable and then check spelling, and it will check all your spelling for incorrect spellings and so on. Yeah, that's that. Now if we wanted to add an image, say to the left of this text, you click in there and then click image, browse the server, and we can use one of the images already uploaded, or we can upload an image. Let's pick that one. Upload. Okay, so we're going to use that image. So the image will come in here. You can change the size, so we'll make it 300 pixels wide, and we'll give it a H space and V space of 10, and we'll align it to the left, and in this case let's put a border around of 2 pixels. Okay, so now our image has come in and we have our post. Now we could, if we wish, we could add a link, say to a particular piece of text, and we click the link button and we put in the URL, and we want it to go open in a new window. So now we have a link in there. Okay, then we pick the image for sharing. So if we wanted to share on Facebook with the same image, I can find it again. Let's share it with, where is it? So let's use can't find the other image now. Let's use that image as the sharing image, shall we, for now, and then upload it. And there's our sharing image, and then we just save our post. Okay, so the post has been added. So now if we refresh our blog, because that one has been made sticky, there's our demo post. Now if we want to rate that, we can just click on the star. If we want to share it with on Facebook, now you'll notice that hasn't picked up the image. So what we do is we go back to the list of posts here, and if you've entered all your token etc for Facebook, if we click the Facebook share or scrape, there's the raw results that have come back from Facebook, and then here is it all formatted, so we can see there's the image that's going to be used. So now if we go back to our blog post and refresh, when we share, there's our share image that we specified as the image. Okay, so that's how we add a post. So now let's have a look at how we edit a post, and it's quite simple. As you can see in the post list, you get a list of all your posts, and then you can click edit, and then you can edit your post, and you can change the sharing image. So this time we're going to share with, let's share with that image. So we'll upload it.
Message for you, sir.
And now we have a new image. So to save it, we just click the save button. Okay. So now let's have a look then in the admin page. So now we want to recreate our sitemap because we've added a new page. a new post. So we rebuild the sitemap, and now our new virtual URL, friendly URL, has now been added to the sitemap. Okay, so that's about it. As you can see, you got your blog posts. This one is a sticky blog post, so it's staying at the top every time. Users can add comments, view the comments, star rate it and share it, and you can go to a specific post. The last 3 posts are shown here, although that I think we set it to 20 posts to show, so once we've got up to 20 posts, then it will start showing the last 20 posts rather than all posts. And to view all posts, you click all posts. To click a specific post in the right hand side, then you just click the post and you get just that post, and then you can go back to the main blog screen. And the summary now should show our new post as well. There we go, this is a demo post, and the posts are all shown in descending added order, so that the last post is always the first one, and then going down to the oldest post, unless of course it's a sticky post, in which case it will stay at the top. Okay, so that's it. Have fun.